Communication is a really great skill to have. It's not just the speaking, it's the listening, the understanding, getting a message across, but also understanding a message. And it's one of the 4C's that we've been talking about in our skills-based learning. Communication is really, really important. But it also can be fun. Remember that. I love to have fun with these. And as we practice and as we build up our skills, we just get better and we just make it easier. Today, I have 8 activities for practicing communication. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you for joining me in this series on skills-based learning, which I love. And today we want to talk about communication, how important that is. I've been communicating through these videos, these vlogs, and you've been watching, and thank you so much for that and for subscribing and liking and giving your comments. Hey, it's not too late. Subscribe, share it with a friend. Now, there are 3 types of communication: our verbal, our nonverbal, and our visual communication. All of them are important, and they are a skill that we need to practice. Because how many arguments happen because we're just either missing the mark in what we're trying to say and communicate in what we're saying and what we're hearing, and they just sort of clash. This happens from a young age. It happens to us as grown-ups, right? So we do need to, especially with our little ones, teach communication skills from a young age, where we can see that how well it will set them up in their education, in their learning, if they've got some good, strong communication skills. Well, today I want to look at 8 activities that help us to practice different aspects of communication, ones that we can have fun with, and they will be across different ages, of course, and they're fun ones that you can do together as a family, whether at home or out and about, to do them with your friends, because that's the key thing. We can practice these skills anywhere. So let's look at these 8 activities for communication. Telephone. This is a fun game. Now, I called it something quite different. That is not PC to call it that anymore. But that game Telephone, where you have a message and you whisper it to that first person, and they have to be listening, and then they pass it on to the next one. And the aim of the game is to get it to the end of the line and to have the message stay the same. So in this, it's how we are clearly speaking and also how well we are listening. This is fantastic for younger children to be able to get that speaking clearly and to be listening, not only for understanding, but for being able to pass that message on. So this is a fun game that you can play with your littles at home. It's Telephone. Create a treasure map. This is fun. I love doing things like this. Let's bring in our visual communication. X marks the spot. So you create it. Is it somewhere at home? Is it somewhere else? Is it all around town? Is it following clues? All of that. You make your treasure map, and then you get to dress up as pirates and follow them, right? Because that's the fun part. I have done this several times, one when I was living on the ship and all the kids dressed up as pirates. Oh, we had a great time. You're living on a ship. You have to dress up as a pirate, right? Or I did it with another class, and we got the parents involved, and we did it in groups all around town, and it was a lot of fun. They're all dressed up as pirates, and they even had to do things like order ice cream as a pirate, and you get a lot of the rolling of the eyes, but you didn't get the points if you weren't going to do it like that, So this is a fun way to really involve quite a number of different aspects of communication. Show and tell. Oh, yes. Hey, on Wednesdays, it's your child's show and tell time. As teaching, second grade, first grade, kindergarten, I have been a part of a lot of show and tell sessions, but you know what? We can roll our eyes at them, but they are fantastic for communication, about getting up in front of a group of people. And the great thing about why we get them to do the object is so that they've got something tangible that they can talk about. Otherwise they might rabbit trail or they're just not sure. And as a teacher, I've had some doozies of show and tell where it's quickly have to stop that child before too much information is released publicly. But this is a great way of being why do you like it? Maybe a memory that is attached to this object. So show and tell is a great way to be building communication skills. 20 questions. We can have fun with this, can't we? I'm thinking of an animal. And then everybody is asking questions that have to have a yes or no answer. And I love that because it makes you really think about questions that you could be asking. And it's not just thinking of the questions. You have to listen to the other ones so that you don't repeat any. So this is fun. You can do it around the dinner table, make it part of and the dinner ritual you've eaten and somebody goes, oh, I'm thinking of an animal. And so you can just have fun with this and communicate in this way. It really is a fun activity to do. Book report. Oh, yeah, I did slot that in there. I do love a good book report, really, and yes, we can do it visually, but I do just love hearing from children why they've been enjoying books. And so to me, having in a way a report, what did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What was your favorite passage? Was there anything you could do differently? Is really a good way to be thinking through things and then communicating that clearly, being able to express the plot. Did they grasp what the author is trying to do? Book reports are fantastic for this, and it can be informal, just sitting together on the couch and they tell you all about this book. And maybe you do have a few questions up your sleeves that you can ask to prompt answers, but this is a great communication tool. Story from a picture. I love doing this. I actually talked about it in my imagination and storytelling vlog. Check it out. But this is where you take a picture and you tell a story based on what you see. Perfect place to do this is an art museum or an art gallery, and you just go around from picture to picture and have fun just telling short, sweet little stories based on what you see. The artist has depicted something, but can you take it and go with it even further and just have fun with it? It doesn't have to be elaborate, and we're not asking you to write a novel based on this picture, but you can do it at home too, looking at pictures by the masters or even just other ones that you pick up and just getting them, tell me a story based on this picture. And it can be written or it can be verbal, but this is a really fun activity and one that I love to do. Makes me want to go back to the art gallery and have some fun telling some stories. Copy the reader. What I like to do with this one, or why I like to do it, is it just really helps with inflection and understanding how we use our voice. Yeah, I can just read you a story and I can sound like this and it doesn't really sound that exciting at all. But what if we can help our children understand that how we use our voice is important, even our body? Ask my girls. I use my entire body when I'm telling them a story, even reading it from a picture book. And so what you do is you read part of a book to your child, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that or you want some variety, there are great places like Storyline Online where celebrities or other famous people or other people are just reading their books. And so you get wide variety of how a book can be read, and so listen to a part and then they have to copy the reader, copy the inflection, and maybe did they speed up or slow down? Did they become a whisper? Or was it loud? So we are getting to learn how to use our voice, our verbal and our nonverbal, how we're using even our face and our hands and our bodies in telling a story. And this one can really be a lot of fun. And then you will see that they can start translating what they are picking up with inflections and nuances into their own out loud reading, which is fantastic. Pictionary. This is fun. I remember this for family game nights. You get there and you're busy trying to draw. I am not a good drawer, but I can do quite well in Pictionary. It must be my great skill at stick figures, but that verbal and that non-verbal and the visual communication aspects just all like pulled in together with Pictionary. And you can do it with the school curriculum that you're using. Okay, so what are some key words from the novels that we've been reading? Or in history, like different aspects of what you've been doing. You can play Pictionary to really draw upon, no pun intended on that one, like the meaning of it. So these are just 8 simple, easy activities that you can be doing as a family to build on communication skills. There are so many more, but these are just some top highlights that I have because I want you to see how fun this is and that we can easily integrate it into our curriculum, into our daily life, that we can incorporate skills-based learning in an easy, simple, and fun way. Well, thank you so much for watching today and being part of this series. Hold on, there is one more. We have one more video coming with a few more activities that will help in this whole skills-based learning. But thank you for taking the time to be watching these. And thank you for being part of my Learning Life community. And if you would like to be part of helping to get these videos out there, you can join us through Patreon. So you can check that out at patreon.com. Or don't forget to check out my website where I have a lot of great resources and blog posts to go with these videos on my website, LearningThis.Life.